What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, recently, Halo Infinite finally revealed Season 3 to the whole community, and I gotta say, after I saw what I saw, I am extremely excited for the future of this game. And I'll be real with you guys, I understand that a lot of people don't really care for this game still, or they have a bad taste in their mouth when they tried it day one and noticed the lack of support that the game was getting. But at this current point, I know, trust me, it's rough saying that, especially saying it with other games as well, after, it's been like almost a year or more plus that it's taken to get it to the point that it's at. But still, if you come back and try it, it is free to play. It doesn't cost you a single dime. I'll be honest, myself personally, I've been really hooked back into the gameplay loop. I already originally enjoyed Halo Infinite to begin with. I thought the gameplay was really addicting. It was extremely fun. But one of the biggest problems, including obviously some things that needed to be fixed to make sure the performance was polished over. But the biggest thing for me was just it was a lack of content, just like with every other live service game nowadays. The game didn't have any content. And they never introduced anything else. And with the lack of Forge, the community couldn't assist. So it was basically just a dead game at that point. You either played the same small rotation of maps over and over and over and over and over again, or you decide to go play something different to give yourself, something unique and fun and exciting to do. But like I said, after recently returning, I've been hooked to the experience. After seeing everything that these developers have introduced into Halo Infinite, all the new content that they have added into the experience, and also with the introduction of Forge, the game has evolved to points that, it should have been day one. Obviously, it should have been day one. And a lot of people are going to hold that grudge. I understand that, and I don't blame you at all for holding that grudge. But for those who are willing to look past it, trust me, you will not regret looking past it and giving it another go. The gameplay is still just as good as it was day one. And now that content is introduced into the mix, I can sit on this game for hours and never get bored. Between big team battle, regular arena, and obviously, like I said before, the introduction of Forge, it's a never-ending loop of fun times, especially if you go ahead and play with some friends. Now, on top of the content the developers have already introduced into this game, they're adding in 3 new maps, 2 arena, and 1 big team battle. And I gotta say, the big team battle for me personally looks outstanding. I love big team battle in Halo. I know, it's an unpopular opinion. Everybody always tells me this. But, man, it's something about big team battle that just feels so great. It's so addicting. I love the fights. I love the vehicle warfare. I love just being able to goof off. And at the same time, I can go for, high fragged out games. It's always an enjoyable time. And this brand new map looks like it's going to be a banger. But don't get me wrong. The arena maps look fantastic as well. That's one good thing for me personally that's coming out of the development of Halo Infinite is that they are nailing the map designs. Each and every one of them are just spectacular, in my opinion. And of course, this is just my personal opinion. A lot of people might disagree with me, and that's completely fair. But man, the replayability of all of them is great as it is. And I didn't really hate the base maps either. I enjoyed the base maps in Halo Infinite. Once again, my problem was that there just wasn't enough content, and they weren't adding anything into the game. Nothing at all. That was the only problem. I didn't have a, big issue when it came to the actual map designs themselves. So it's great to see more content being added into the loop. And it's great to see the atmosphere, the vibes, and just simply the map designs being, spectacular as well. They're also going to be adding in new equipment, the Shroud Screen, which looks like it's going to be a blast to use, especially once again in big team battle when you're playing with a bunch of people, or even just simply a bunch of friends and just goofing off or trying to make some strategic plays. It looks like it's going to turn out to be a handy piece of equipment. And also the brand new weapon, the M392 Bandit. Once again, you don't even have to tell me twice about adding in additional weapons into the mix of any type of FPS game. Overall, I am extremely excited to give all of this content a try. And you know what? I do want to mention that I do get that a lot of people are going to look at this and say, wow, 3 maps, 3 maps, that's it for a full season. We're going to get 2 arena maps and 1 big team battle map. And I'll be honest, as it is right now, big team battle is still lacking. It really is. And arena, it's gotten better. It's definitely at a point where I would say it's much more playable. And, it's more content to cycle through, especially when this new update comes out. The big team battle still is partially lacking. So I can see where people are going to be a little upset with all of this stuff. But you cannot forget, like I said earlier, Forge is now introduced into the mix, and at the same time, they are going to be cycling through XP in their community playlist, which in my personal opinion is fantastic because it will encourage people to actually try out the community playlist. And at the same time, it's going to add more content into the overall mix. This right here is exactly what I wanted 343 to do. And once again, it's a prime example of what happens when developers listen to what the community wants instead of pulling out a big ego, cough, cough, Call of Duty, and ignoring everything they say and sticking to their original plan. This is what we needed. We all said that Forge was going to be fantastic, but at the end of the day, Forge can be there, but if we can't play as a community, if we can't join people easily, have XP gained through playing, Forge or playing on these creations that the community have put out, it's going to go to waste. It'll be fun, especially if you want to play on the side with friends, but overall, to make sure it's very successful, they have to make it very open and very obtainable, allowing the whole community to be able to access this without any type of resistance at all. And that's what they went ahead and did. It's extremely easy to cycle through all the community-made content. And they made it their priority to go ahead and showcase their community's content. This is how you build relationships with your fans. You listen to them, you hear them, you talk to them, and you also showcase their work as well. This will encourage more people to come back into the experience. It will also encourage more people to actually be creative and make their own experiences to see if they can get them featured onto the playlist. And at the same time, it's going to make people come in and just want to play this stuff as well. Because it's great and all to have Forge on the side and being able to go and download certain modes, download certain maps and stuff like that. And of course, a lot of hardcore fans know how to do this stuff. They'll go out their way to do this stuff. But for your typical casual or for anybody out there who just hops on, even for like once a month, this will encourage them to get into the cycle or just get into the community itself. Because these people, they probably won't go out of their way to go to Forge and download this type of stuff or see what's happening. They simply don't care. They'll hop on, play a match, and they'll leave. But when it's presented to you in this type of way, and they encourage you to hop into this playlist, more people are encouraged to actually join the community and participate in things like this, which help the longevity of the game. And Forge, plus this community playlist, benefit both sides of the Halo community. Don't get me wrong, I love competing in Halo. I love the competitive side of this game, and it's so stupidly addicting, especially when you understand the flow, you understand the mechanics, you understand how to actually win more gunfights, and you really get to the competitive edge of what this game is all about. It's so much fun. But I can't deny how I got into the Halo franchise. I got into it casually through simply playing the party modes. I never got into Halo competitively. I actually sucked horribly at Halo back in the day. Recently, I will admit, I've gotten a lot better, but like I said, I have always been a casual guy, a party game mode guy when it came to Halo, and that's what I remember the game for. Goofy, fun times, making a bunch of friends, and just enjoying the overall experience. And again, yeah, we can hop on to, death matches or something of that sort and actually, compete a bit and have some fun. But man, the party modes and the casualness is what really made this game fantastic, in my opinion, and created so many great friendships and bonds. And having this community playlist is going to form those, because it's not just going to be competitive arena, competitive, big team battle, or going into actual ranked play. You're going to have a community playlist that's going to be cycling through community modes, little custom mini games and stuff like that are going to be open to other players that you can find, where you'll be having fun, enjoying yourself, goofing off, and like I said, meeting new people. This is what Halo needs. Because like I said, Halo is not a small franchise. It's huge, and it has a lot of people to please. A lot of people to please, with many different opinions on what Halo should be all about. And this is what's going to help expand on that. The developers can focus, or put a lot of their focus, on making sure the game continues to get polished, it performs good, ranked, and all these competitive side of things can get, perfected. And then the community can help with actually adding in content. Yeah, we only got 2 arena maps and 1 big team battle map, but we have the community playlist for life now. We have Forge for life. The creations and the possibilities from this community are endless, and that's never going to stop. And with the actual developers backing it up, it's not just the community trying to put this stuff out here. No, the developers are backing up the community and pushing the community stuff out there. It's only going to help accelerate the process. But at the end of the day, I'm extremely happy with what I saw, and honestly, we are really in for a treat when it comes to FPS games. Battlefield 2042 Season 4 is dropping, on the 28th of this month, and then this new season is dropping early March, so I'm really excited to finally get my hands on some new content, some fresh stuff to play, and it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to be in store when it comes to Halo Infinite in the future. But, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like button. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, for brand new, enjoy the content, subscribe with that notification button. Also, want to chat me, this do we do so. I have a Twin Discord, both linked down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link this in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.